Let's examine some scenarios and figure out where transformations are defined by the narrative as opposed to when a narrative is defined by transformation. When we talk about the transformations engaging with the story arc, we've got to talk about Gear 5 Luffy and the grayscale it occupies, that gray area between being an asspole and acting as an actual vital component of the story at large. I do want to hear your opinion. Is Gear 5 an asspole? I think it definitely has elements of an asspole, but at the same time has been foreshadowed through the entire story. Nika's sun god, Joy Boy returning, etc. We can't necessarily argue that it was never mentioned as part of the narrative, but the way it emerged was sort of surprising. Kaido was absolutely welling at Luffy with his club and beating the absolute bricks off of him. I mean, it was looking like our boy was really about to take a dirt nap. Then out of nowhere, his heart starts going ba-dumpa, 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 and he just awakens his devil fruit, starts grabbing lightning from the sky and shiz, using Kaido as a jumping rope set, and then essentially turns the whole fight into a Looney Tunes bar bonanza. A transformation, when implemented repeatedly and cheaply, can slough away the anticipation of outcome, thus leading the audience to associate the transformation with a guaranteed victory. There are moments, however, where Gear 5 hasn't been implemented solely as a mechanism of plot convenience and presents an argument that such strength is needed merely because Luffy has ascended into the power scaling tree tremendously, a level of power which will ultimately be required to challenge the biggest op yet, Imu. I mean, my boy turned Saturn, one of the strongest members of the Gorosei, into a large pepperoni pizza. Hold the anchovies. Against the highest authority in the world government, the Gorosei, this form doesn't guarantee victory because the Gorosei are seemingly one with Imu, vastly more powerful than the admirals and nearly immortal, meaning that now the transformation is actually needed to drive the plot forward and lead the fight against Imu. Gear 5 might be the most fun transformation ever animated, but fun doesn't always mean earned. When the rubber meets the road or turns the road into rubber, One Piece proves how delicate that balance is. Power should raise the stakes, not erase them, because once a transformation stops evolving the story arc and becomes a crux for resolution of that arc, you're not watching a journey anymore, you're watching a shortcut. Let me know in the comments below what you think about transformations. Do you see them being used more as pulls than not, or as a streamlined story device used to push forward the character and narrative arcs? Thank you all for watching. If you took anything from this video, I want you to hit that like button below and subscribe, and check my profile for the full video.